Well, welcome to or welcome back to the Green Chemistry Connections, hosted by Beyond Benign. We are going to be hosting today two amazing speakers. So as you're getting tuned in, we're just going to do some opening welcome remarks here. So welcome back. It's great to see you all. The Green Chemistry Connections that we have today is going to run from 12 to 2 p.m. ET. We know that you're joining from all over the world, but we are running in ET time. So just please make a note of that. On our agenda, all the times are in ET, and we'll make sure to announce as we're progressing through the schedule where we are in the program. We do have breakout rooms coming up and a short break around the 1 o'clock hour, but two great presentations on either side of those networking breaks and a short break as well. We are thrilled to have you today. So I am welcoming you all. I'm Natalie O'Neill, if we haven't had the chance to meet. I'm the Director of Higher Education at Beyond Benign. I'm going to turn it over now to my colleague to introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Nim. I am a program manager for higher education, and I work with Natalie. I have been present at the past few Green Chemistry Connections, so that's where you might have seen me. Really happy to see you all today and to have some great discussions. I will be active in the chat, so if you ever have a question, please pop it in there and I'll try to address it kind of behind the scenes. And I'm going to hand it off to Juliana to introduce herself.
Hi everyone, I'm Juliana. I'm a postgraduate student liaison here at Beyond Benign, and I'm very excited to be here with you in our connections. And yes, if you need any help, please let me know and just let us know in the chat. And I'm excited to talk to you. Thank you.
Great, so we do have some just opening comments to make. So I'm going to turn it back over to Nim to do our land acknowledgement.
Yeah, so we just wanted to begin today with a land acknowledgement where we wish to acknowledge this unceded land on which Beyond Benign operates. For years, it has been the traditional land of the Pawtucket and the Massachusetts nations. We acknowledge the painful history of genocide, colonialism, and forced removal from this territory, and also acknowledge that further education on our part is needed to learn the full history of the land we occupy and all the Indigenous peoples it belongs to. And presently, this meeting place is still home to many Indigenous nations across Turtle Island, and we honor, respect, and celebrate the diversity of peoples that are connected to this land. And because we're all coming together in a virtual space today, we would like to acknowledge that us and our attendees occupy unceded land and territories belonging to Indigenous nations across the world. And in terms of what Beyond Benign is doing on our side, we are committing to educating ourselves, to supporting Indigenous communities, and to decolonizing our organization, our practices, programs, and activities. And we do encourage you as our attendees today to do the same. And if you are interested in how we put together this particular land acknowledgement, there is a link at the bottom of the slide that you can follow to take a look at the resources that we used for that. And next slide, maybe.
Hopefully you're seeing using pronouns.
I am not.
Okay. All right, I see the slide. I hope others have seen the slide.
Oh, I can see it now. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. Perfect. So again, just kind of as part of our introduction today, we wanted to talk about the discussions that we might have and using pronouns. So people's pronouns are how we identify ourselves and how someone else is going to refer to us. You can see that I have my own in my Zoom screen name, actually. And just from the perspective of having a respectful and engaging discussion, it's important to use the ones that others want us to use. And so I've written some examples of pronouns there. Some people use more than one set, so I'm a good example because I like to be referred to using she, her pronouns and they, them pronouns. And some people don't use them at all and just want you to refer to them by name. So it's important to be able to ask. And if you want to put your pronouns into your Zoom display name, which is the slide that I'm seeing currently, what you can do is hover over the three dots on the upper right corner of your name. And if you just choose to rename yourself, then you can type in your pronouns in brackets like that. So And there are some instructions there if you would like to do this permanently. But if we go to the next slide. The other thing that we're doing for this discussion today is that we have enabled live transcription. So if you would like to see some subtitles or a transcript at the bottom of your screen, that will be available during the meeting and afterwards. And so to enable it during the meeting, what you can do is press the live transcript button at the bottom of your screen that has the CC logo, and that should enable the live subtitles for you. And now I will hand it back off to Natalie.
Great, thanks, Nim. So it seems like we do have a little lag, so I'm just gonna make sure I leave a little time for those slides to load. But hopefully you can see now our code of conduct, and before you entered the meeting today, we also reminded you that signing up for this event, you agree to the rules of how we conduct ourselves in these connection meetings. Our general guideline is to speak up and to step back. So please share your information. We're happy to have you all here connecting, but let's make sure that there is equity in the conversation, that everyone is being included, that everyone's viewpoints are shared during our time here today. And so these are the behaviors that we expect to see today. If at all you feel that someone is not abiding by this code of conduct, you can let Juliana or Nim know in the chat, and we will address that as needed. But we are happy to have you all here interacting with us today virtually. So I do just want to give, in case there are anyone new here in the community, or also just an update if you haven't heard from us at Beyond Benign in a while. The work that we are doing is really across the education continuum. So we mainly here, Nim, Juliana, and myself represent the higher education team at Beyond Benign, but we work from K through 12 to higher ed to plus that, so industry as well, because of the pipeline of where chemists and scientists end up. And so we work across the STEM education continuum. And our mission is really to foster community. So hence why we're having this community discussion, a chance to interact, see short presentations from those practicing green chemistry in the field. And so green chemistry is our main mission at Beyond Benign. This nonprofit was founded by Dr. John Warner, a co-founder of the field of green chemistry, and Dr. Amy Cannon. Our main work within higher education focuses around the Green Chemistry Commitment Program. So this may be a program that you are a part of, or it may be a program that you've heard about or new to you completely. I will say it's grown in the last few years. We are thrilled to have 94 signers globally. And if you'd like to know more about this program, we'd be happy to talk about it. But it really is our founding program for the higher education work that we do. As I mentioned, our work at Beyond Benign is all focused around green chemistry education and this pipeline. And we want to see that within the United States, 25% of graduating chemists have a background in green chemistry by 2025. And so this is a goal that we have for the United States specifically, but our commitment is global. So we welcome all global partners to join us, but just the metrics that we put on were for the United States because we could access that data. And we are currently at 10% of graduating students coming from GCC signing schools. So we would love to see that percentage grow. So if you're joining us from a non-GCC signing school in the United States, we'd love to talk more about the Green Chemistry Commitment Program with you and the benefits and why you might want to join us. We have had 2 institutions join us since our last connection in March, and so we would like to welcome them. We have Rose Human, our first signer in Indiana, so we're really excited for them to be our first signer in Indiana, but also talking to us today about the green chemistry work that they were already doing on their campus before they came to us as the commitment signers. And so know that you can sign on to the commitment as someone already doing green chemistry or the intention to do green chemistry as well. So I'm looking forward to hearing from them today. And then we also have our second signer in Germany, which is the Whirlpool Institute. And so you'll learn more about our signers on our website. Each signer has a profile, so you can see where in the United States, where globally these signers are located. We do try to interact with our community as much as we can, and we invite you to join us as well. So Juliana, that you met earlier, is our social media guru, and she will be live tweeting the connections today. You can join in by following us at Beyond Benign, sharing the hashtag Green Chemistry or Green Chemistry Connections as well.